So, in fact, this is my new home.
It's happening. It's happening. I sound terrible. I smoked too much last night. So, the van is purchased. It is at the dealership because they had to replace the windshield. I gotta go return the rental car right now and pick up my van. I'm beside myself. Like, it's happening. It's happening. I did it. I did it. I don't know how I did it. I mean, I do know how I did it because God's watching over me. I'll have actual space for my stuff and to sleep. And the sleeping is the most important thing. I can figure all the rest out. Like, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be scary. But, like, not taking this leap feels way scarier. So we're off. We're gonna go pick up the van. We're gonna go pick up the van. I'm freaking out in like all good ways, but also kind of terrified, really excited, but it's happening. God, my nips look good. We're off.
I bought a Ram ProMaster, I want to say 2,500. I don't even know what I bought, but I didn't get approved for a bunch of other ones, or ones that were way out of my price range. And this one came through, and I very much believe that this is God's plan. Like, if this was not meant to be, this would not be happening. Because it was either like try to get into a minivan and then I was going to be like committed to that for a while, or I wasn't going to be able to do a full camper van yet.
Why did you feel like this was necessary? What do you think it means to you, and like what do you want to like share on this journey?
I don't know that I can say that, like, what I want to share is that it's possible, that it's doable, and I don't even know if that's true yet. We're going to find out if, like, you can bodybuild, be a successful bodybuilder while living on the road. And granted, this doesn't look ideal or comfortable, because when you compete, you want to keep your body comfortable, you're on top of your recovery and your training and your routine and all of that stuff. And I feel like having to figure it out day by day, and obviously it'll get easier, so it won't be stuff every day, but like getting into a routine with all of these kind of difficult like physical circumstances will actually make me like stronger for the next prep.
Do you think you're gonna do a show next year? Is that your plan?
I honestly don't know, because when like a couple weeks ago I was like a 110 about competing around like Tampa Pro, Texas Pro, like around that chunk of shows. And me and my coach haven't discussed it yet, but getting the van, I might forego next year and go like early spring competition season next year. But I don't know if I could stay away from the stage for that long, so we'll see. It all kind of depends on what I can accomplish, like what muscle I can put on, and like how this is going. Because if I can't make this work in the off season, then there's no way I can do it in a prep. And I also want my coach to feel like comfortable letting me do this. Like when I say letting, I mean like a coach doesn't necessarily want to bring on someone with a lot going on where like they're gonna have to manage the athlete and their stress and their challenges. So I need to kind of work out all the kinks now so that it's as smooth as it can be during a prep. Yeah.
You excited?
I'm so excited. I'm sweating. But like I said, I spent my first night in here last night and I actually like wasn't afraid. I more so didn't get much sleep because it got hot, but Cookie was like a little skittish and more vocal than she usually is, and I think she just kept hearing all the sounds on the outside. So honestly, I was chilling. She'll adjust. Can you see her up there?
You can kind of see her. You can see her little ears.
She found her spot.
Yeah.
I also just like, everyone assumes you need to be locked into one place, and obviously competitive bodybuilding can get very isolating, and we're afraid to get away from our routines because that could throw something off. But I was so isolated, and I felt like stuck and suffocated for those like 2.5 years between like turning pro and making it to the Olympia. I really felt like I was suffocating because I was too afraid to kind of go places, even though I wanted to. The thought of disrupting anything in prep like was very stressful. So this year during prep, I traveled from San Diego to Dallas, to Houston, to Ohio.
New York?
New York was for the show.
Yeah.
So, but in between, those little trips that were only like 2.5, 3 hour flights it gave me so much like life and energy back to then like push hard for another little bit of time in prep. So I want to be able to do both. Like if I want to go visit this area that has these gyms that I want to check out, I don't want to have to wait 6 months to go do it. I want to be able to live some life while I'm bodybuilding. So that was a big part of like the many reasons that I wanted to do this. So I'm actually really proud of myself for this morning because, as I was telling you, last night was my first night in the van, and I've been doing a little bit of research on like places you can stay overnight. Obviously there's truck stops, rest stops. Crackle Barrel is one gym, like 24-hour gyms, but because I was already at this hotel for the last 2 weeks, I figured keep it familiar. So once I got up and got out of there and went to the gym, like I said, I got my I did steps first and then fasted cardio, went in the sauna for like close to 20 minutes, did my shower. So I tried to be like really diligent timing wise because I still had Cookie in the vehicle, even though it was parked in the shade. I have to be really mindful of her right now. But to like check all those boxes and like, now granted, not my supplements. I have been on my meals the last 2 days, which, listen, I'm a piss poor bodybuilder. Nobody be like me. This is for you and everybody else that's watching. Like, don't be like me. This only works for me. That's my disclaimer. But my point to that is, as I keep going, getting more of these boxes checked. Like, for example, I have check-ins on Monday. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do my check-ins. Am I going to do them in the van? I do have my whole check-in set up. Am I going to put the tarp over here when I usually have the bed here? Am I going to like drape it there this way? But if I do like there's all these different things to think about, but I really want to get him check-ins this Monday because this is like the first couple days in the van. And he's probably like, what the fuck is Kelly doing with all this? But like to show the routine now, so that as like when I finally start a prep, what that's gonna look like, which will honestly probably be like an all day consuming thing, just with, actually maybe not by then. I should have these things that we talked about.
Yeah.
The power station, the mini, like the fridge, maybe microwave. That should make all of it much easier. And then if I just have a bed, getting it like actually livable, but not just for me, because the heat's not as bad for me. I'm more concerned for her. So like the power station, power source that can handle not only my appliances, because right now this little one that I have, this little one that I got from Amazon is great, but it only works with my my rice cooker right now, which is honestly fine because that's kind of the most important thing to like keep cooking. I can buy protein easy enough. An AC unit, and then if possible a little microwave would make cooking oats much easier. So once I have those things, it's pretty easy.
What about like a like a stove, like a flat top kind of deal?
Like a what is it, butane or
yeah,
propane? I've thought about that, but then I don't know about having it in the vehicle.
Why not?
Like cooking in the vehicle with it?
Why not?
I don't know yet. I just don't know how I feel with like having like that chemical and...
Just open the door, but yeah.
But what if I couldn't open the door? Because I also have to get an air tag for her and be mindful of like her getting out. So like I had the door open freely today because I know she's stayed up there, But I know as she gets more comfortable, and also she's just explorative, she'll want to sneak out here and there. So there's something to look at that I haven't yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else?
So what do the viewers look forward to following you on this journey?
Your guess is as good as mine. We're gonna figure this out together every single day in the life, figuring out how to make this livable. If I decide to do any renovations on it, any conversions, sharing some of the research that I'm doing. I have a little bit of a gym tour going, so as I venture around from gym to gym, I'll let you guys know how those gyms are, do a little review. More bodybuilding shows. There's nationals coming up. There's Trail of Champions that are having their event November 2nd. So getting it let's say Texas livable is the goal between now and then, just so I'll be able to like actually sleep in it and leave her for little bits at a time to be out during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it shouldn't be too hot come November. What else? I feel like part of what I'm going to show is just being on my own so much. I'm naturally, like, I'm an outgoing introvert, so I can socialize, but I really like my alone time and my quiet time. And I feel like I've now got that like, to the max. And I feel like a lot of people can't really be with just themselves. I'm kind of craving it or needing it, or like something is pulling me towards it. So I'm going to share some of those quiet, private moments. How like raw and scary this can be, because like, don't get me wrong, this whole homeless thing started as a circumstance. It's now a choice. So just trying to navigate that and figure that out is what I'll be sharing. Like, I have no mailbox. So like shipping things here and there. I don't have one permanent address. Like, some people still have them, even though they go on the road with the van life or camper RV life. So this really is kind of like off the grid, yet slightly on the grid living, if you will, because I'll still try to keep you guys like along for the ride.
Nice. And you're headed to San Diego next?
Yeah.
Or Dallas and then San Diego?
I don't know about Dallas for sure yet. I'll see tonight how I feel, just because depending on how hot it is tonight. But San Diego, between like Florida, Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Austin's like the coolest. Arizona, Vegas, San Diego is the most familiar and also the coolest right now. So yeah. And I spoke to the VA there. They have what's it called? They have like rest areas, like parking places, like public parking places for people with RVs and campers. So there's some free places that I can go like spend the night there too.
Very cool.
San Diego's the next plan. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to the Olympia or not yet. We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
And what are you calling yourself now?
Well, I'm still Kelly Spaghetti, but also known as the Nomad Bodybuilder.
Yeah.
That's me now.
And Cookie.
And this is the Nomad Cat.
I love it. Is she going to have an Instagram?
Sure.
She looked at it. She's like, oh, no.
When I was staying with my friend in Fort Worth, and she games and is on TikTok, and like Cookie has followers.
Of course she does. She's a cutie.
She's the best. So, we don't really have a plan, kind of the general theme here, of how the content is going to be structured or get put out. We're just trying to get content. Vanessa's trying to get me out of my comfort zone with this. I am trying to share this journey, so it's going to be a little here, there, all over the place. It'll have some more structure and direction as we go along and kind of see what comes about from this.
Yay!
Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.
and follow
to
this
follow
journey.
along for more.
Yeah. Very cool.